got here?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. You read them all yet?
No, I need to read that one again.
This is it. Then you got them all done. What are you gonna read next?
I don't know.
Don't know. Watching the ramp up, making sure that, there we go. What's our number?
6,000.
Yeah, 5,000 or 6,000. Did you go to the water park last night? Oh yeah, we went to dinner together.
We would only have like 30 minutes.
Today though, for sure,
Yeah.
right? I tried. It's wide enough. Maybe. All right, Nebraska Warbirds versus Dickinson this morning. Hondo dumps the puck in deep for the Warbirds. Dickinson moving it up the boards. Held up in the neutral zone by Jones. Jones and Parker Patefield battling for the puck. Jones dumps it in deep for the Warbirds. Dickinson on the puck now. And move it up, held in by Jones. Jones keeps the zone, dumps it deep into the corner. Now Nelson trying to get to the puck. Puck pops up to the D, gets past Bristow. Now Dickinson coming through their neutral zone, back checked by Hondo. Dickinson shot well wide of the net. Hondo on the puck on the boards, chips it to Nelson. Nelson trying to chip it out of the zone, he does. Now Hondo coming through the neutral zone, gets it poked away. Hondo dumps it in, goes for a change. Now Como coming in off the bench. Lots of speed from Como this morning. Dickinson behind their net. They'll skate it out of their zone. Good stick by Hunter Hogan. Holding up the puck, and we get an offsides. Como taking the face off in the neutral zone. He'll win that. Shoot it back to Schulenberger. Schulenberger off the boards, finds Hunter in the neutral zone. Hunter gets it into the zone, but Dickinson gets it back out. Now Will Patefield gets it in the zone. Cole's going to pick it up. He's got 1-0 with the goalie. Takes a shot, hits the crossbar, and doesn't go in. And centering pass by Hunter Hogan. Como finds it, and Warbirds up a goal. Barnard wins face-off to Schulenberger to Smith. Patefield trying to get Smith in the neutral zone. Smith chips it in. Barnard behind the net. Back to Houston. Houston gets a shot off, saved by Dickinson. Dickinson moving it up ice through the neutral zone. Schulenberger sticks that one away. Schulenberger in the neutral zone. Chips it up to Smith. Smith dodges a hit. And Dickinson tries to get out. Cam holds it in, gets shot off. Smith shot. Couple saves by Dickinson. Warbirds moving the puck well this morning so far. 2 minutes into the game. Parker Patefield coming into the face-off circle. Warbirds win that. Move it back. Puck slides out of the zone. Jones to Bristow. Bristow up to Parker Patefield. Patefield coming down the boards. Takes a shot. Warbirds looking for a rebound, but couldn't find it. Hondo in the corner now. Dickinson picks that up, and they'll skate it out through the neutral zone. Back check by Hondo. Hondo's going to chase him down and poke it away. Hondo moving up the boards. Finds Parker. Parker gets into the zone. Dumps it in deep. Puck ringing around the boards. Hondo there to cut it off. Hondo on the boards, battling for the puck. Dickinson moves it around the boards, trying to clear their zone. Unable to do so, held in by Schulenberger. Dickinson will try again. They clear the zone, skate it through the neutral zone. Dickinson dumps the puck, and they'll all go for a change. Will Patefield on the puck, moving it up the boards. Busher to Como. Como enters the zone. But Dickinson pokes that one away. Held in by Schulenberger. Como on the boards. Picked up by Busher, drops to Como. Como down to Busher. Puck gets past him. Dickinson picks it up. Will Patefield holds the zone. Como looking for a play. Drops it to Busher. Busher holds it on the boards. Down to Como down low. Como to Busher. Backhand shot. Blocked on the way in. Hunter Hogan trying to find it. Moves it up to Schulenberger, but the puck comes out of the zone. Warbirds regroup. Schulenberger looking for Como up ice. Dickinson will pick up that puck. Cam Hogan dumps the puck behind the net. Barnard racing to get that one. Barnard wins that race. Bristow from the point, drops it to Smith on the board. Smith gets past one guy, headed in. Barnard looking for a rebound, but Dickinson will cover that one. Dickinson enters their zone. They'll take a shot. Glove save, Bauer. Schulenberger behind the net. He'll look up ice. Looking for Hunter Hogan. Pass almost gets to him, but it gets cut off. Now Warbirds battling for the puck in the neutral zone. Dickinson will get it, and they'll enter their zone. Cut off by Como. Now Busher's got it. He'll enter the zone, drop it in deep. Como will win the race to this one in the corner. He'll move it up the boards. Will Patefield throws one on net. Cut off before it gets there. Now Will Patefield moves it down the boards. Como on the boards. Dickinson kicks it out. Schulenberger there to field that one. They'll regroup in the neutral zone. Hunter Hogan to Busher. Busher dumps. Hunter Hogan trying to keep the puck in the zone for the Warbirds. Dickinson picks it up. And Warbirds going to the box for a penalty. Got a tripping call on Hunter Hogan. Nope, Landon Nelson. Warbirds killing off a 2-minute penalty. Smith in the face-off circle. He'll win that to Will Patefield. Will up the boards. Schulenberger to Smith on the board. Smith throws it up out. Parker trying to find it. Will Patefield throws it back into the neutral zone. Dickinson trying to make something happen here. Having trouble getting control of the puck. They'll dump it in deep. Schulenberger to get this one in the corner. Moves it up to Parker Patefield on the boards. Schulenberger kicks it out. Dickinson dumps it in. Smith picks this one up, goes around the net, ships it up the boards. Barnard trying to get there. Smith will pick it up, and he'll skate it out. Dickinson finds it, gets it in the zone. Barnard gets it and chips it out. Dickinson trying to regroup in the neutral zone. Dickinson dumps. Schulenberger. He'll skate it up the boards, out of the zone, no problem. Hondo dumps it in deep for the Warbirds. 40 seconds left on the penalty kill. Schulenberger throws it down the boards. Bristow trying to beat the race to it. And he does. Hold the zone for the Warbirds. Puck below the net. Barnard trying to get to it first. Dickinson chips it away. Hondo holds the zone for the Warbirds. 20 seconds left. Warbirds doing a great job on their penalty kill this morning. Good stick by Bristow. Barnard dumps it in deep, but we get an offsides call. Puck goes deep in the offensive zone for the Warbirds, off the face-off. Penalty kill over. Warbirds kill that off. Dickinson trying to move it up through the neutral zone. They get it in deep. Dickinson gets a shot off, saved by Bauer. Como in the face-off circle. He'll win that to Jones. Jones back to Schulenberger. Schulenberger looking up ice, trying to find Hunter. Pass cut off. Dickinson in the neutral zone, poked away by Hunter. Como chips it up into the neutral zone. Dickinson cuts that off, and they'll head back the other way. Dickinson dumps. Jones on the puck behind the net. He'll try to ring it around the boards. Pass cut off. Shot blocked by Como. Now Busher picks it up, looking up ice. Como in the neutral zone. Como's going to try and get past. Gets brushed off the puck, though. Dickinson trying to clear. Dickinson clears. Jones on the puck. He'll move it up to Como. Como picks this one up, and he'll cut in the middle. Looking for Hunter up the center of the ice. Just out in front. Dickinson's got it now. Busher holds the zone for the Warbirds. Dickinson skating up through the neutral zone. He'll try and get a shot off. Centering pass, sticked away by Will Patefield. Dickinson holding the zone. Bristow behind the net to pick this one up. Move it up to Busher. Busher. Puck spits up to Hunter Hogan. And that'll go for icing. Barnard taking the drop in the defensive zone for the Warbirds. Bristow picks it up behind the net. He'll move it up the boards. Cam Hogan picks that one up in the neutral zone. Trying to move it up ice. Picked off by Dickinson. Dickinson in the neutral zone. Cam on the boards, moved it up to Smith. Smith's got it. Smith cutting down, set holds up. Looking for Cam coming down the middle, but he was covered pretty good. Cam moves around the boards. Jones on the puck. Keeps it in. Smith now headed to the net. Holds up in the corner, back up to Jones. Jones takes a shot and saved by Dickinson. Parker Patefield wins that face-off up to Jones. Jones down looking behind the net. Got Landon Nelson. Parker Patefield up to Jones. Jones takes a shot. Had some traffic, but it gets blocked. Dickinson trying to clear the zone. Dickinson trying to clear the zone, and they do. We get an offsides. Parker Patefield in this face-off circle. Dickinson wins that. Loose puck on the boards. Dickinson kicks it out. Jones will pick this one up. Jones up the boards to Nelson, but Dickinson picks that up and we get an offside. Como in the face-off neutral zone. Schulenberger throws it to the boards, but that pass cut off by Dickinson. Schulenberger on it now, looking for Busher in the neutral zone. Busher gets it poked away by Dickinson. Another offside. Como win that face-off. Schulenberger moving up neutral zone, finds Hunter. Hunter to Como. Como cuts in the middle. He's got some space, takes a shot, saved by Dickinson. Como taking the face-off again. Offensive zone. Puck at the feet. Dickinson picks it up, though. Good stick by Busher. Holding that, clearing pass. Dickinson gets it out, but Warbird's there to pick it up. Schulenberger dumps the puck. Busher takes a shot, saved by Dickinson. Dickinson clears, passing through the neutral zone, but flies off their stick. Will Patefield picks that up, throws it back into the neutral zone. Dickinson dumps the puck. Dickinson behind the net, trying to centering pass, doesn't get it off. Dickinson in the corner. Dickinson dumps it in the corner. Schulenberger got some time here. Moves it up the boards to Cam. Cam Hogan dumps it in. Forward battle on the down the corner. Dickinson will win that one. Smith picks this one up to Will Patefield. Will hits Smith cutting up. Smith cuts to the middle. Gets it poked away. Now Bristow. Jones moving it up the boards to Smith. Dickinson finds it. And that puck backhanded out of play. Bristow behind the net, moving it to Nelson. Bristow still got it, moving it up to the neutral zone. No icing here. Hondo's going to beat the Dickinson to it. And now Parker picks it up. Moves it to Nelson in the corner. Nelson's got to chase it down. Moves it up to Bristow at the point. Bristow taking a shot. Just misses wide left of the net. Hondo rips a shot. Saved by Dickinson. Dickinson moving the puck through their D zone. They clear the zone. Dickinson throws it at the net. And Bauer recovers. Como taking the face off. Will Patefield finds that. Schulenberger's trying to find Hunter up ice. That pass covered by Dickinson. Dickinson finds it and throws it in deep. Schulenberger down in the corner. Moving it up the boards. Busher trying to get a handle on it. Bounces over his stick. Back down to Schulenberger. Schulenberger reverses to Will Patefield. Will Patefield trying to find it between a couple Dickinson players. Puck flies out. Schulenberger will pick this one up. He'll reverse to Will. Will on the puck now. He'll move it up ice. Trying to find an outlet. Held in by Dickinson. Dickinson takes shot, saved by Bauer. .40 seconds left in the first period. Warbirds up a goal. 11 shots to 3 in favor of the Warbirds. Barnard taking the drop. Dickinson gets it. Cam pokes. Dickinson holds. Shot on net. Big rebound. Kicks out to Smith. Smith unable to clear. Held in by Dickinson. Dickinson behind the net. Now Cam on the puck. Moves it to Smith. Smith finds Barnard. Barnard off to the races. Trying to work his way in. Backhand shot. Saved by Dickinson. Smith now in the corner. Cuts back up ice. Heads to the net. Smith to Cam. Cam. Shot gets saved. And that's the end of the first. Warbirds up a goal.
Good skating out there, guys.
Parker Patefield in the face-off circle will start the second. They'll win that. Landon back to Bristow. Bristow to Jones. Jones looking up ice. He'll hit Hondo. Hondo tips it in. And Landon Nelson wins the race behind the net. And Dickinson finds that one in the corner. And they'll clear their zone. Skate it into the neutral zone. They'll get a shot off. Glove save Bauer. Como in the face-off circle, loose puck at his feet. He finds it, chips it back to Will. Will to Schulenberger. Schulenberger. And Busher trying to beat the race in the zone. He does. He gets it behind the net. Now Como behind the net. Trying to fight off a Dickinson defenseman, but they get it poked away. Dickinson the other way, dumps it in. Schulenberger gets a stick in the way, Dickinson finds it, centering pass, cut off by Busher. Busher to Como. Como skating through the neutral zone. Trying to get it in. Hunter Hogan gets a shot off. Big rebound in front, but Dickinson gets that out of there. Will Patefield trying to throw it back in, held up by Dickinson. Dickinson trying to pass through the neutral zone, but they got no gas left. Now Will Patefield moving it up ice. Dickinson will pick that up and throw it back in the neutral zone. Dickinson dumps. Schulenberger moves it up the boards. Warbirds pass it out. Got a 2-on-1. Barnard and Hunter Hogan the other way. Barnard takes a shot. Rebound out in front, but they get it poked into the corner. Now Barnard behind the net. Dickinson moving it up the boards. Held in by Smith. Smith behind the net. Smith looking. Finds Barnard. Barnard quick shot. Back to Smith. Smith looking. He's got some time and space. Up to Jones. Jones up at the point. He'll take a shot. Long shot saved by Dickinson. Back up to Jones. Jones to Smith. Puck will go past him. Down the corner. Barnard will get to this one. Cam Hogan picks that one out. Bristow will hold. Long shot by Bristow. Saved by Dickinson. Dickinson finds this one, chips it out. Jones going to chase this one down. He'll cut back up the boards. Jones got this one, trying to move it up the boards. Warbirds get it in deep. Smith trying to battle for this one in the corner. Landon Nelson behind the net. He'll drop to Smith. Smith behind the net. Trying to get the puck back. Parker Patefield joining the battle. Smith behind the net. He's got some space now. Finds Nelson in front, but too many sticks in the way. Loose puck in front of the net. Dickinson finds it and pokes it out. Dickinson clears. Now Schulenberger. Dickinson in the neutral zone now. They'll head back the other way. Bouncing puck. He loses the handle. Parker Patefield trying to get it poked out. And Landon Nelson. He'll chip it up. Hondo trying to win the race here. Good stick. Good pressure, but Dickinson spins around it. Good work by Hondo. Dickinson and dumps. Busher's got it now. He'll skate it around their own net. Finds Como on a long stretch pass. Now Como enters the zone. Offsides. Como, neutral zone face-off. He'll win that. Jones. Busher trying to work his way down the boards. Como trying to find it. Bristow holds the zone. Down to Busher. Busher in the corner now, fighting for the puck. Puck spits out in front of the net. Dickinson there. Good pressure by Hunter. Hunter holds his own. Finds Como. Como takes a shot, but he'll miss the net. Now Bristow. He'll take a shot. On net, saved by Dickinson. Had some traffic. Good. Good hit by Jones. Keep it. Como hits a shot. Hits a post. Another shot by Como. Saved. Bristow keeps it in the zone. Dickinson tries to clear. Cam holds the zone. Dickinson kicks it out finally. 2-on-1. Bristow, the defense, kicks it away. Now Hunter Hogan moves it up to the neutral zone. Dickinson coming back. Good stick by Barnard. Barnard trying to find Smith, but the pass doesn't make it. Now Barnard on the boards. Dickinson clears. Pass cut off by Smith. Smith down the boards to Cam. Cam dumps it to Barnard behind the net. Barnard in the corner now. Puck down the corner. Barnard finds it. Dickinson trying to clear. Will's going to step in, chip it in. Barnard gets shot on net, and Dickinson will cover. Nine minutes left in the second. Warburg's up a goal. Puck will spit out of the offensive zone. Schulenberger on it. He'll move it up the boards. Trying to find Hondo. Got a weird bounce off the boards, though. Parker Pakefield cutting to the middle, trying to get a shot off. He does, but it's blocked. Hondo picks it up. It'll go to the corner. Hondo centering pass, gets blocked. Hondo to Parker. Parker drops to Schulenberger. Schulenberger, shot on net. Saved by Dickinson. Dickinson trying to clear. Held in by Will. Will dumps it into the corner. Dickinson behind their own net now. They'll clear, but out in front, Jones going to chase this one down. Jones cuts up, moves it to the boards. Finds Landon Nelson. Landon Nelson trying to... Loose puck on the boards. Hondo throws it out. Stays on the boards. Dickinson dumps it in deep. Parker chips it up the boards. And we got an offsides. Bristow moves this up the boards. Busher trying to chip it up the boards and out, but held in by Dickinson. Bristow trying to move it up. Dickinson shot on net, saved by Bauer. Bristow up the boards to Busher. Busher chips it to Como. Como 2-on-1 with Hunter. Hunter gets the pass, shot, but it's just wide. Como in the corner now, coming in, shot on net, saved by Dickinson. Hunter behind the net. Moving to Busher. Busher in the corner now. Drops back to Hunter behind the net. He's pressured. Hunter got some space now. Sending past Como. Good save, Dickinson. And the puck comes out of the zone. Jones on it. Pressured heavily by Dickinson, but he gets it moved up to Busher. Busher dumps it into the zone. Barnard trying to chase them down the corner. Held in by Cam. Cam on the boards. Now Barnard. Dickinson picks it up. They'll skate out of their zone. Dickinson dumps it in deep. Will Patefield, the defense, to get there first. He'll move it up to Cam. Pass out in front. Cam trying to chip it up, but Dickinson cuts that off. Barnard on the puck now. Smith picks this one up. Drops it to Barnard in the corner. Barnard gets it poked away. Schulenberger back down in the corner. Smith to get this one. Cam finds Barnard, but he can't handle the puck and his shot off. Schulenberger takes a shot, though. Now Will Patefield keeps the zone, but Dickinson pokes it out. Race to the puck. Schulenberger wins that one easy. Smith on the puck. He's got some room to skate. That's Schulenberger. Schulenberger will dump it in. Warbirds get a full change. Good pick off by Parker. Parker in the corner. Move now. Nelson tries to cut in the middle. Nelson tries to get a shot off, but too many sticks in the way, and Dickinson will cover. Hondo up to Jones. Jones trying to throw it back down in. Parker on the puck. Skating below the net. Hondo tries to get a shot off. Puck just under his stick. Jones on it. He'll move it up the boards in the neutral zone. Parker trying to get a handle on it, but the puck is bouncing. Dickinson throws it in. Jones picks that up. Trying to get it to Parker. Landon Nelson's got some space. 3-on-1, but a heavy back check. Nelson will take a shot, but it shoots over the net. Held in by Jones. Dickinson trying to clear. Bristow running back to get this one. Bouncing puck. Jones trying to get a handle on it. Finally does and moves it up ice. That'll go for icing. Como taking the defensive zone drop. Dickinson wins that. Shots blocked by Smith. Como's going to pick this one up, move it up out of the zone. Pass picked off by Busher, but Dickinson gets it back. Busher moves it up. Pass blocked by Smith. Busher trying to dump it in. Dickinson clears. Schulenberger making some space. He'll cut down the boards. Schulenberger. Centering pass. Como gets a stick on it, but Dickinson covers. Barnard taking the face off for the Warbirds. Chip that down low. Cam Hogan there to pick it up. Holds up behind the net. Tries a centering pass. Barnard gets a shot off, but it's just wide of the net. Puck held it by Schulenberger. Schulenberger trying to hold his own. Dickinson picks it up. Skates it out. Dickinson trying to get a shot off. Good save. Bauer. That's his 8th save of the day so far, unofficially. And a good one. Keeping the Warbirds up. Loose puck in the neutral zone now. Hondo throws it in deep. Dickinson trying to pass it through their defensive zone. They clear the zone, but Jones there to handle this puck. Trying to find Nelson on the boards in the neutral zone, and we get an offside. Jones on the puck. He'll chip up the boards out of the zone. Dickinson will win the race here. Dickinson deep in their zone, trying to ring it around, cut off by Nelson. Nelson back around below the net, held in by Jones now. Parker's got the puck. Parker trying to get a shot off. Poked away as he does. Jones in the neutral zone to Bristow. Bristow Dumps it in on net. Dickinson makes the save. Dickinson skating it out. Chipped up ice. Jones going to get there. Off the boards to Como. Como chipping it around a couple players, but Dickinson holds the zone. Now Como gets it back. Hunter moves it to Como. Como got some space again. Takes a shot, and he'll make that one. Warbirds up 2-0. Taking the drop. Dickinson regrouping in their D zone.
Number 96, Carter Coleman.
Offsides. Como off the face-off to Patefield. Now Busher is going to skate it in. Busher dumps it into the corner. Como on it. Dickinson skating up ice. Held up by Will Patefield. Bouncing puck held in by Dickinson. Good stick by Will. Blocking two centering passes and shots. Smith to Busher. Busher dumps it in. Dickinson skating it out. They'll pass, clear their zone. Now Jones in the neutral zone. Offsides. Barnard taking the drop for the Warbirds. 31 seconds left in the second period. Warbirds up 2 goals. Warbirds dump it in, but Dickinson there to hold that up. Bouncing puck. Nobody's got it yet. Dickinson's will find it. And they'll dump. Jones trying to get there first. He does. Chips it up the boards. Now Bristow to Barnard. Barnard chipping it up the boards. And that ends the second period. Warbirds up 2-0. Parker Payfield wins that face-off. We got it offsides. Parker, another face-off. He'll win that face-off. Hondo picks that up. He'll skate up the boards. Gets it poked away before entering. Jones throws it in, but it goes out of play. Como wins that face-off. He'll chip it to Busher. Busher enters the zone. Busher, long shot, and he'll find the net. Busher extends the lead. Nice shot. Finds the short side corner. Warbirds go up 3-0. Come up, another face-off. He'll win that. Hunter Hogan finds it, but gets poked away before getting in the zone. Busher picks this one up, goes to Bristow. Bristow looking up ice to Como. Dickinson gets it out. We got an offsides.
Parker Busher, assisted by number 97, Carter Como.
Barnard taking the face off. He'll win that. Puck in his zone. Dickinson throws it right back out. Schulenberger cuts up the middle. Schulenberger takes shot. Good save by Dickinson. That one was going. Smith on the boards. Dickinson finds it. Held in by Cam. Dickinson floats it out. Will off the boards. Looking for Smith. Bounce didn't work though. Smith drops to Barnard. Barnard enters the zone. Dickinson pokes it into the corner. Cam in the corner now. He'll go back up to Schulenberger. Schulenberger takes a shot. Blocked, hit the top of the net. Smith behind the net now in the corner. Smith holds up. Trying to win a board battle now. Smith comes away. Up to Schulenberger. Schulenberger to Patefield. Patefield. Shot. And Barnard tried to get a stick on it to tip, but hits the goalie. Dickinson skates it out. Schulenberger picks that one up. Tries to dump it. Gets held up, I think, by the ref. And we get an offsides. Parker Patefield wins the face-off. Bristow moves it across ice. Pass cut off by Dickinson. Dickinson's going to win the race. This one deep in their zone. Bristow behind the net, moving it up the boards. Held in by Dickinson. Bristow behind the net, moving it back up the boards. Nelson trying to get there, tips it to Parker. Parker skating it up in the neutral zone. He'll dump it in deep. Hondo trying to get to it. Dickinson pokes it up the boards though. Held in by Busher. Dickinson on the board, shipping it up out of the zone. They clear. Como pressures. Now Bristow to Busher, held in by Dickinson. Dickinson mishandles their puck. Warbirds throw it out, and Dickinson gets it in the neutral zone. Dickinson pokes it deep. Jones to the corner. Tries to move it up the boards. Como now to Busher. Busher back to Como, back to Busher. Dickinson clears, coming back in. Dickinson up to the point. They'll take a shot, blocked by Como. Dickinson holds the zone. Patefield up the boards. And offsides, not called. Centering pass poked away by Patefield. Jones behind the net. Trying to find Busher. Now Jones trying to clear. They get it out. Dickinson regrouping. They'll dump it in on net. Bauer will cover. And we'll get a change of personnel on the Warbirds. Barnard taking the face off. He'll win that. Back to Schulenberger. Schulenberger to Will. Will trying to get it up the boards. Held up in the corner. Camp trying to find Smith. Pass behind Dickinson in the neutral zone now. Schulenberger will regroup in the D zone to Patefield. Patefield to Smith. Smith trying to get it to Barnard in the middle. Dickinson had the stick on it. Dickinson dumps. Loose puck on the boards. Schulenberger pokes it ahead. Now Cam pokes it further. Dickinson there. Dickinson enters their zone. Shot on net. Saved by Bauer. Smith chips it out. Dickinson chasing this one down. Turnover. Barnard takes a shot, but it gets saved off the shoulder of Dickinson goalie. Dickinson getting it in deep behind their net. Centering pass off the net. Dickinson shots covered by Bauer. Jones in the box for tripping. I'm not sure what exactly happened. Sympathy call, I'm sure. Will Patefield trying to get it up the boards and out. Held in by Dickinson. Patefield, another attempt. Held in again. Dickinson in the corner, centering pass, chopped out by Hunter. Dickinson forced to regroup in the neutral zone. They'll skate it up the boards and dump. Will Patefield trying to get there first. Dickinson to the corner, centering pass. Parker lifted the stick, so no shot. Parker moving in the neutral zone. He'll dump it into the corner. 1:20 left on the penalty kill for the Warbirds. Como coming in to pressure. Forcing a bad pass. Schulenberger will pick that up. He'll dump it back in. Dickinson forced to regroup deep. Como, more pressure. He'll get that puck. Como on the boards, trying to get it to Hondo. Hondo, quick shot, and a save by Dickinson. 1 minute left on the penalty kill. Warbirds doing a good job killing it off. Como taking the face off. He'll win that. He'll chase it down behind the net. Dickinson picks it up, chips it up the boards. Dickinson trying to clear, held in by Schulenberger. Schulenberger long shot, saved by Dickinson. Another puck held in by Schulenberger. Schulenberger working his way down the corner. Schulenberger around the net, trying to create some space, make a play. He drops it back to Como. Como in the corner now. Como behind the net, trying to hits Hondo back, coming down the middle, and Dickinson makes a good save. Good look by the Warbirds. Puck down in the corner now. Bristow and Como fighting for it. Centering pass. Dickinson's going to get it at the point, take a shot, and Bauer finds it. Kicks it to the corner. Dickinson from the point down to the boards. 5 seconds left on the power play. Shot blocked by Como. Dickinson dumps. Warbird power penalty over. Full strength. Busher dumping the puck down the corner. Busher behind the net, trying to get a handle on it. Dickinson sweeps in and throws it up the boards. Will Patefield up ice. And Barnard's got some room. Got Busher behind him. Busher picks it up. Hunter gets a shot off, saved by Dickinson. And we got a tripping penalty. Dickinson into the box for tripping. Como wins that face-off. Schulenberger drops to Smith on the board. Smith looking for Hunter. Schulenberger at the point. Back down to Barnard behind the net. Barnard. Smith on the boards. Walks it in. He'll take a shot. Shot gets blocked. Smith back on the boards. Smith drops it back up to Schulenberger. Schulenberger's got to chase this one down. Back to Como. Como to Hunter. Hunter enters the zone. Got Barnard. Hunter gets a shot off, and Warbird's up another goal. Power play goal. .637 left in the third. Warbird's up 4-0. Schulenberger dumps it in deep off the face-off. On net, Dickinson makes a save, and puck goes out of play. Busher taking the drop. Loose puck. Dickinson finds it, and there's just skated out of the zone. Cutting in, drops into the slot, takes a shot. Good save, Bauer. Shots on goal, 34-9 in favor of the Warbirds. Busher in the face-off circle here when that's Schulenberger. Schulenberger to Will, just out in front, a little hot. And Warbird's chipping it up the board, trying to clear. Will Patefield up and out. Busher's trying to find the hopping puck. And Dickinson finds it in the neutral zone. Dickinson dumps it into the corner. Cam. Now Schulenberger behind the into the corner, chips it up the boards. Looking for a winger. Dickinson picks it up, cuts to the middle, but no shot. Too many Warbird sticks in the way. Shot blocked by Will Patefield. Nelson chips it up and out. That'll go for icing. No icing. They call it off. Bristow gets it behind the net and deep. Hunter Hogan. Back down to Bristow. Bristow in the corner. Back up to Hunter. Hunter takes a shot. That'll be off target. Parker Patefield back down into the corner. Bristow now picking this one up. And Dickinson finds this one. They'll skate it out and throw that one into the Warbird bench. Jones take the face off. Dickinson will find that. Skate it in. Shot on net, kicked aside by Bauer. Puck behind the net. Parker Patefield will clear. No icing here. Dickinson skating it up the board, but he loses it halfway to the boards. Puck held in by Como. Como trying to make his way to the net, gets brushed off the puck. Dickinson clears. Patefield on the puck. He'll regroup, cut up the boards, pass to Bristow. Bristow enters the zone. Now Hondo, quick shot, but a stick in the way, and that's up in the net. .406 left in the third. Warbirds 4-0. Como drops it to Smith. Smith down low, trying to hit Barnard, cutting in, but a stick in the way of that pass. Barnard back to Smith. Smith in the corner. Cuts to the net. Smith in the corner now. Looking for some room. Cuts back. Drops to Barnard. Now Smith still got it. Smith dropping to Barnard in the corner. Puck up to Will Patefield. Back down to Smith. Puck gets past him. Puck behind the net. Dickinson. Pass cut off by Smith. Smith in the corner. Dickinson pokes that up the boards. Puck out of the zone. Schulenberger on the puck now. Regrouping. He'll hit Barnard. Nice pass into the zone. Dickinson goalie throws that to the corner. Will Patefield regrouping. Will Patefield down low. Dickinson holds the zone. Como throws it up the ice, and Warbirds will change on that. Dickinson through the neutral zone. 2:23 left in the game. Dickinson tries centering pass, cut off by Cam. Now Hunter trying to move it up ice. Puck gets stuck on the boards. Cam clears the zone. Dickinson picks it up, and they'll try and move it back in. And Parker Patefield there to pick that up. Parker off the boards, finds Hunter. Hunter, now Cam on it. He'll try to drop past to Hunter, but that gets poked. Now Cam on the boards. Centering pass gets cut off by Dickinson. Puck held in by Busher. And a tripping called on Cam. 1:38 left. Warbirds down a man. Jones wins that face-off. Will Patefield picks it up, throws up the boards. That'll hop out of the zone. Jones in the neutral zone. He'll dump it back in. Puck held up at the blue line. Now Dickinson into their zone. Good stick by Schulenberger. Drop pass. Dickinson, shot on net. Saved by Bauer. Puck out in front. Hondo's got it. And he'll move it out into the neutral zone. Dickinson, pressured by Hondo, turns it over. Hondo got it now. Takes a shot into the glove of Dickinson goalie. 1 minute left in the third. Loose puck. Dickinson finds that behind their net, but it scoots off the stick. Now they'll get held up on the boards, but Dickinson clears. Landon Nelson back up the boards. Parker Patefield to Landon. Nelson dumps. Dickinson gets that one. They'll move it up the boards, held in by Parker. Dickinson up the boards. They'll chip it into the neutral zone. And puck thrown up ice. Now Bristow got some space. Bristow coming up, takes a shot. And a late stick by Dickinson keeps it off target. 12 seconds left. And Parker's going to pick this one up. Skate it back. Drop to Busher on the boards. Warbirds dump, and that will be the game. Warbirds win 4-0.